In fact, I was actually asked last week about 10 days ago. They said, "Are you retiring from network marketing because this is actually year number 26?" I said, "Retiring?" I said, "I'm not retiring." I said, "I'm refired." You didn't hear me. I'm refired. I'm not going to let up, put up, or shut up until the Lord takes me up, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I've got life, I've got energy. Let me tell you one of the reasons why. I'm married. I've got six children with another one on the way, so that makes seven. You know what in the Bible says about seven? Seven means complete, it means perfection. And so I got a new life, a new spark. And so I'm excited to be able to actually talk to you guys tonight. I've got a great subject lined up. For anyone who knows me, I don't waste any time, but I do want to throw back to Tommy. Tommy is one of the hardest workers I've ever met. The guy's an absolute beast, phenomenal leader, phenomenal recruiter, awesome at duplication. He is quick at smacking through ranks. Speaking of ranks, I've been involved for 9 days. So 9 days. This is the brokest I'll ever be inside this company. 9 days. I went through 8 ranks in 9 days. Nobody gave me anything. It was literally just from getting to work. 9 ranks. And I'm about to hit diamond. I'm literally right there. My goal is basically before May 31st, I will be a diamond in GFU. In fact, we got so many people cracking ranks that our flyer guys behind. They still haven't put out my sapphire. They still haven't put out my emerald. They are about to have to. I told Matt, I said, look, we're going to have to pay these guys more money or something because we got so many people hitting ranks inside this company that we're going to have to like hire a second or third flyer guy. We're going to have to up their pay to create that sense of urgency because that is what we're doing right now. And so I want to talk about tonight building for legacy. Because I've done this 28 or 26 years, I've had 1.2 million customers, 5,000 personal enrollments. By the way, since I've been in GFU, nearly 3,800 people have joined my team. 3,800 in 9 days. 68 personal enrollments. 9 days. I'm going to have over 1,000, 2,000 personal enrollments inside this company. Building for legacy, the long-term mindset inside of this, because I did a training years ago and it was talked about building a long-term check rather than a 30-day check. The problem is we got so many people today who've got kind of that microwave mentality of kind of instant gratification. They want the money right now. And so they literally end up quitting too early. So I want to talk about building a legacy, kind of this long-term mindset, because I've been doing this for 2.5 decades. Some people are like, well, if it's so good and it works so well and you're so good at trading, why are you still doing this? The reality is I know that I could sit behind my desk and I could just trade for a living and I could make it happen. But that's not going to make any impact. That impacts my life, but it doesn't impact your life. So I know I still have a lot to give. I've got a lot to give, and I'm excited to be partnered with GFU to give this opportunity to people all over the world. So let's get into this. I do have some things. And first of all, I'm treating this like it's a leadership call. Okay. So I'm going to say things that I don't normally say more on a global call, but I'm going to talk about leadership on this as part of it. So even if you're on like the trading side, you want to learn trading, I'm telling you, everything I share with you tonight, it absolutely will apply to your trading. And I say right off the start, I ain't here to play checkers. I'm here to play chess. Okay. I ain't here to play checkers. I am in GFU to play chess. And a lot of people in this industry, they treat network marketing like it's some kind of hobby. This is a real business for me. My plan B is to make sure that plan A works. I don't have another option. This is what I do. I build and I trade. My plan B is to make sure that plan A works. And so I expect out of myself a full-time income, even if it's from part-time work. And so the people that build this long-term vision, they're thinking about creating freedom eventually. It's not freedom in a week, freedom in a month. Like if you go to the gym, you don't say, man, dude, I'm not sliced after a week, I quit. You know that freedom and getting toned up, like it takes time. So I want to talk about legacy. I want to talk about freedom. I want to talk about generational wealth. And by the way, I'm going to do this in a compliant way so that you guys can understand that everything I'm sharing with you today and tonight is compliant. And the first part is kind of why the long-term thinking matters. There's the short-term thinking in the long-term thing. I'm going to talk about kind of the two different ones I think that'll be helpful for you guys. Like the short-term thinker, they're focused on their rank this week. Focused on their rank this week. A long-term builder is focused on a foundation for the next decade. Michael Martin and I, who's probably on this call, we just talked about this the other day. Those 3,800 people, almost 4,000 now, we're laying the foundation for great work. That's what Jesus said. Foundation for a great work. The next decade. I think in terms of years and decades, not this week, not this month. That's broke thinking. If you're thinking about this week and this month and how am I going to pay my monthly? How am I going to pay my rent? You'll never make money long-term in this industry. See, a short-term thinker, they're seeking these quick payouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the money quick. I want those fast start bonuses, the rank to pay out. They hit the rank and then they lose the rank. They're all depressed. Now they want to quit. A long-term thinker builds recurring income. I'm always talking about residual passive. It's not about this week and a quick payout. It's about recurring residual passive income. A short-term thinker, they're thinking all about avoiding discomfort. See, I know that discomfort creates growth. I embrace the sacrifice, guys. Look, you don't think that the last couple of weeks for myself, when I had to resign from my previous company, you think that that was easy? You don't think that I had emotional ties? 9.5 years that I literally gave my life, my heart to that company. I traveled to 45 countries in that company. I was away from my wife, my children. It affected my health. It affected me mentally, emotionally. Yet I embraced the sacrifice because great things happened inside of that company. Greater things will happen inside of this company than anything that I did in that last one. Let me make a bold prediction for myself. I'm going to have so much success in this company, I'm going to make it look like I was living on food stamps, government assistance in that company. I'm going to retire more people than Social Security. Now, you may say, well, that's a bold claim. I got to tell you, I'm going to have more success in this company than I did the last one. Short-term thinkers, they're easily discouraged. They're always thinking about the down thoughts, which is why they feel down. They look at the back office. Their back office, looking at their volume, that becomes their self-esteem. For me, long-term thinker, I'm emotionally anchored. And let me give you guys a quote, and this is one that I've quoted for a lot of years. So for anyone who's been on my trainings, you guys have heard it. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year. They underestimate what they can do in a decade. They overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in a decade. When I think about the next 5 to 10 years inside of this industry, inside of this company, I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up. Remember I said I'm not retired, I'm refired. I'm not going to let up, put up, or shut up till the Lord takes me up. There's 3 pillars to long-term success in network marketing. Pillar number 1, vision. Guys, you got to see beyond the moment. You've got to create a 5-year, 10-year vision for your life. Too many of you watching this, you create 5-week plans, 10-week plans, 3-month plans, 6-month plans. Create a 5 to 10-year vision for your life. See, what does it say? Without vision, people perish. See, most people, they focus on sight. I focus on vision. Sight will get you to the weekend. Vision will take you to a future that you won't despise. Like, ask yourself the question, who do I want to become through the business? Remember what Jim Rohn said? He said, it's not how much you make, it's who you become. Success is not to be attracted. It's attracted by pursuit. It's attracted by the person that you become. Who do I want to become? I better become a changed person. Hopefully I'm a better husband. I'm a better father, better spiritual leader. I'm better physically, emotionally, financially through this business. Who do I want to become? A person of impact, a person who creates, a person who makes a difference in the lives of people all over the world. Another thing is to keep a vision board. Write the goals. Visualize them daily. I've got a vision board. I have goals. I repeat my goals twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, every day. Okay, pillar number 2, Consistency. I talk about this all the time. There's very few people that I personally know they're more consistent with me. It doesn't matter if it's hitting the gym, reading the scriptures, going to church, doing the Zoom calls, all that kind of stuff. I am consistent. I am predictable because I got to be real with you guys. Again, I'm treating this like it's a leadership call. It is not just about intensity because there's a lot of intense people, but they burn out quickly. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency over time. There are people who are better than I am. They're better speaking, training, motivating, inspiring people, but very few people are as consistent as I am because I eventually catch up to them. Their intensity burns out. They can't keep that. That intensity is not sustainable. I always tell people, you got to think like a farmer. It's daily planting, it's daily watering, it's pruning every frickin' day. And so I've got this daily method of operation because a lot of people come in, they're like, all right, I'm fired up, but I don't know what to do. Let me tell you, simple DMO, daily method of operation, 3 new contacts a day. The reason why I say 3 and not 10 to 20 is because most people work a full-time job. 3 new contacts a day. Do you know how easy that is now with social media? Because we used to say this before social media, 3 to 5 contacts a day. 3 new contacts a day. Can you do that? Yes, you can. If you want your goals, you want your dreams, you want that rank so bad, you will find a way to make it happen. It has nothing to do with time, has everything to do with desire. Okay? 3 contacts a day, 2 follow-ups. You don't follow up, you'll never have a team. I'm very, very good at following up with people. I literally could show you text messages, DMs on my phone that says, hey man, how did you like the video? I don't just send them a video or have them hop on a webinar and hope that they contact me back. All of you can know, for anyone who signed up with me knows I'm good at following up. 1 personal development activity. I think some people, they literally put too much effort into personal development. They're listening to 3 hours a day of personal development. That will keep you broke. You just need 1 personal development activity, whatever that is, a podcast, YouTube video, a book, whatever it is. Get that personal development in and get to work. No amount of doing all the personal development every day, it's not going to change you, okay? It's the actions. It's the results that you create. Pillar number 3, character. Whew, man, I almost have to say amen to this one. Character, build a reputation. There's not a lot of people that got character inside of this industry. They have burned too many bridges. Character is something that I'm very, very focused on because long-term builders, they are trustworthy, they're reliable, they're service-driven. Do you know how many calls, how many events I've done that people are not even on my team? How did I get, now by the way, it was not by myself, it was my team, but how with me and my team did I get nearly, in 9 days, 4,000 people? Now, of course, I'll give a tribute to God because God is my true upline. God is my upline, the Lord my provider. God helped me do it. My team, my leaders, they trust me. I'm reliable. I'm consistent. I tell them the truth. I always joke that I tell people the truth so that I don't have to remember what I told them. Just tell them the truth. Be transparent. Be service driven. See, my mentor told me you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. You got to think like this. Would I follow me if I were in someone else's shoes? For me, heck yes. Oh my gosh, would I like to have another Brandon Boyd on my team? Whew. Would I follow me? Heck yes. I'm probably the most low maintenance guy on the team. Maybe me and Michael Martin. Low maintenance. All action, all results, very little maintenance. I would follow me. Ask yourself that question. Based upon your work ethic every day inside this business, would you follow you? And you're like, it's hard to answer that one, isn't it? Let me give you guys a nugget. Integrity compounds faster than volume. Whew. Integrity compounds faster than volume. Like that, you can lose your integrity overnight. And I'm not going to go into the details of how you can do that. You guys just know your character, your integrity, it could all be ruined in one day. Simple decisions, actions, or inactions. You can ruin it all. Okay, key number 4 Long-term strategies that I want to talk about. Number one is duplication. There's a lot of good people that are good at getting people into the business. There's very few people who are good at getting people to duplicate. It's not about how many people that you sign up. You don't be a superstar. I don't want superstars in my business. I want leaders that build systems that other people can duplicate. It's not about you being a superstar. See, the guy behind me, Michael Jordan, he was a superstar from 1984 to 1990, and he won 0 championships. Once he got a team around him and started passing the ball more rather than scoring 37 points a game, won 3 titles in a row, retired, won 3 titles in a row again. The only person to ever do it. Don't be a superstar. Build systems that other people can duplicate. Look, if your team can't do what you do, it's not going to last. That's why I found out real quick. I'm really good at recruiting and doing all these things, but man, if I can't get other people to do it, I'm literally going to have people come in and they just quit. They last 30 days, 60 days, 90 at the most. They're going to quit because they think that they have to be just like me. No, what they have to do is plug into the system. So again, you don't want to just be the superstar. Another one's personal branding. You got to position yourself, even at the beginning, as a mentor, not just a recruiter. If you're just a recruiter, people are going to see right through that. They're not going to join your team. You want to use social media to show consistency, lifestyle in a compliant way, and values. Every day, whether it's on my wall, on my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I'm consistent with posting reels, value. Like if anyone were just to go through my reels one after another, you'd get a lot of value. It's not crap. It's not just me trying to recruit you. I'm literally adding value for free every single day to people's lives with no charge. Consistency, lifestyle, education, values. Another one's leadership development. I read John C. Maxwell over and over and over. Your long-term income is a reflection of how many leaders you develop. Do you know that this business is actually not as hard as you think? The more leaders you develop, the more successful you'll become. Your long-term, not short-term, your long-term income is a reflection of how many leaders that you develop, not just how many people that you enroll. I've done this 26 years. Do you know how easy it'd be for me to be calling people about GFU and them know they don't take my calls anymore, they don't respond to my texts, burn too many bridges? Your long-term income is a reflection of how many leaders that you develop. I could call Alex Morton today, he's going to pick up the phone. I can call Matt Rosa today, picks up the phone. Julian Kushner picks up the phone. Jonathan Lopez picks up the phone. Nick Gomez picks up the phone. How many leaders that you develop, the leader that you become. Do you know how you do this? You invest in people. You serve without expectation. There's actually a video from a couple years ago when I hit Chairman 100 in the last company. Matt Rosa said he sacrificed his rank, sacrificed his rank, sacrificed his rank, sacrificed his rank, all the way to Chairman 100. He who serves the masses will live with the classes because he who climbs highest helps another up. Remember, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough others get what they want. When you help God's people, God is going to help you. So you invest in people and you serve without expectation. I don't expect to get something in return. Okay? And one thing I talked about at the beginning of this is overcoming the microwave mindset. This is just a killer, especially for the young people. Instant gratification kills long-term growth. I need something now. Then just get a job, drive Uber, do whatever it takes. If you need money right now, work part to full-time in a job and do this on the side, because instant gratification kills long-term growth. It's going to take time to make some money in this, and it's going to take time to make money trading. That is the truth. And guess what? That's okay. Because the real question is, 5 years from now, where are you going to be? That's a real question. A person asked me a couple years ago, yeah, but if I go back to college, I'll be 28 by the time I graduate. I said, well, if you don't go back, how old would you be? And they said, well, 28. Okay, the real question is, where are you going to be when that time goes by? So you guys, you got to remind your team that this is a business. It's not a lottery ticket. If you guys, let me just give you some advice. If you guys are treating like this, the lotto, okay, just cancel the membership because it takes time. And use the bamboo strategy. You guys heard of the bamboo tree and how it takes years to grow the roots before it shoots up, and all of a sudden it's up 90 feet after 5 years. I use the bamboo analogy and strategy, knowing right now in this company, I'm building a foundation for a master. I'm building a foundation for a massive future. Okay, when I talk about daily affirmations for long-term focus, I like to actually call them declarations. I encourage you guys tonight, declare for yourself, I am building a legacy, not just a check. I'm building a legacy, not just a check, not just a rank, because I play the long game. I plant seeds daily knowing it's not if the harvest will come. I plant seeds daily knowing that the harvest is inevitable. I want to give you guys a challenge tonight. I'm going to give you guys a challenge. I'm going to call this a 30-day legacy challenge. And when this is done, it's 30 days. So like it's May 9th. So let's just say June 8th, June 9th. You come back to me. I'd love to hear it. 30-day legacy challenge. Commit to consistent DMO for 30 days. I gave you guys the 3 daily method of operation. All right, this call is being recorded so you guys will be able to see it. Consistent daily method of operation. What was it? 3 new contacts a day, 2 follow-ups, personal development activity. That was all you did, besides learning how to trade and whatever it is you guys are doing. Commit to consistent DMO for 30 days. You know what's going to happen? Watch your business, your confidence, and your influence grow. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see this because this is not just about what we do in the next week, guys. I'm already going to hit diamond. It's a done deal. I'm going to hit blue diamond. It's a done deal. I'm just waiting for the check. I'm just waiting for the back office to update. That's it. Check's on its way. It's in the mailbox. Actually, it goes to my bank account. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. It's not about what we do next week. It's about who we become in the next decade. Because the better person, the better leader that you become is going to be a reflection of the check that you're going to get. Build like you're going to be here in 10 years, not 10 weeks. Don't be like, let me see if this works. You don't say, let me see if this works. You imagine that Amazon or, any of the big companies. Imagine if that was their, let me see if this works. No, build like that. You're still going to be here 10 years from today. I promise you will build something that's worth staying for. I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're going to do this with or without you. Some of you on this Zoom call right now, some of you guys are going to quit. You're going to quit next week. You're going to quit next month, whatever it is. I ain't quitting. Champions don't quit. Champions simply adjust the sails of the boat. If I'm turning 45 next month and I got 7 children, someone said, well, hey, hold on. You don't got 7 yet. Okay, I got 6.5 children because the one's still baking in the oven. My wife's halfway through. 6.5. If I can do this with as many children as I have, and I've had to take care of my children with no job since 2003, 2004, why can't you take care of yourself? I'm not that much better than you. I'm not better than you at all. It comes down to desire. It comes down to work ethic. If I can make it, you guys can too. It doesn't matter if it's the building side or trading side. I didn't even do well in school. I went to 2 years of college. I was in speech class for 7 years. Can you believe that? I was in speech class. They said that how I would do things, I couldn't comprehend stuff. I just knew that I would overcome. It's not how smart you are. It's how well you train your brain. You must have a burning desire to succeed. Remember what Bob Proctor said? He said it must burn within you. I remember him saying that. He held a Think and Grow Rich. He said it must burn within you. I've got to burn. I've got a life and an energy that's going to take me and my team and this team to a whole new level. And if you're not ready to do some work, this ain't for you. Because guess what? Working in a job for 40 to 60 years for something you don't even like, that kind of sucks too. 87% of people in America, they don't even like their job. Choose your hard. Working for 40 years, 40 hours a week, that's hard. Doing this business that's hard, choose your hard. I choose this because I choose freedom. I do this because I choose it for the results. It's about the results. It's who I've become, the freedom that I've helped create, and also that I never have to go work a job ever again. I will never have to work by the way, I'm not actually downing jobs. We need people in jobs. I'm just saying, if you want freedom, if you want passive income, if you want to get out of debt, if you want to change your situation, this is the best vehicle that I know of to do it. Trading is the best thing I've ever done. I was number one educator with Dr. Lee for over 3 years straight. Either on the homepage or number one scanner ever used inside the company. Number one. If I can do that on the trading side, you can do it on the building side too. I've done it. It's not about balance. It's about focus. How do you balance it all? The family and this and the church calling. It's about focus. You get laser focused and consistent. You guys can do it. With that, Tommy, I'm going to turn it back to you. Guys, I really, really hope that you have gotten value from what I've shared with you tonight. This is about building a long-term check, because I know right now, you guys don't want 30-day checks. You want long-term checks. How long do you want to get paid for? For the rest of my life. Exactly. So build the foundation right now that will pay you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. I know what I'm creating right now is creating a legacy for my family for the future. They don't realize that May 9th of 2025, that their dad is here on a Friday night, about to take his wife on a date, because you got to make sure that the wife is happy, the family's happy. I'm on a Friday night at this time of night talking to you guys. I don't even need to do this. I want to do this because it's bigger than just me. It's bigger than just Tommy. I want to do this. I want to make a difference. I want to impact your lives. I want to give back. Tommy, with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Love you, brother. Appreciate everything you do.
Let's go. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's go. Man, that was straight heat. Guys, can we drop some fire in the chat for Mr. Brandon Boyd? I appreciate you so much, bro. That was an absolute amazing training. I finally got better Wi-Fi. I was in like a lounge clubhouse area. I don't even know if you heard my introduction, but hopefully that